Retro gaming in this day and age is expensive, so naturally, people are looking for alternatives. Some gamers buy reproduction cartridges, while others go for a flash card. These things weren't around when I grew up. There was something else though.
This device, right here, YouTubers and retro players, is called the Pro Fighter X. Officially, it's a video game development device for the Super Nintendo, but it was mainly used by video gamers in the early 90s to make pirate copies of their SNES games. It was manufactured in China by Coach Limited and came equipped with a floppy drive. That's right, you could back up your Super Nintendo games on a 3.5 floppy disk. And on the streets, it was better known as the SNES Copybox. Recently, an independent video game store bought a big lot of retro video games, and the Pro Fighter X was in the lot. It wasn't working properly, so they contacted retroplayer.nl and asked if I wanted to take a look at the Pro Fighter X. These copy boxes in general have a reputation of high failure rates due to poor quality components. But it never hurts to take a look, and it gives me the opportunity to review this device, so let's hook it up and let's take it from there. The Pro Fighter X has its own power adapter with quite a long cable, and for some reason, unknown to me, it has an on-off switch.
Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. When I was dead broke, man, I couldn't picture this. Yo, I had both consoles. My friends were envious, even though I blew money on games, so I was penniless. I remember times way back far when I was on the Sega Genesis playing Fantasy Star. Saved up some cash.
Time to fire the Pro Fighter X up. And once you do that, you are greeted with a laughable customer warning screen in perfect Japanese. Let's just say that a winner is you. Oh, and there is nothing wrong with your headphones, guys. There is no background music present. Here is some footage of what the Pro Fighter X can do. It can format floppy disks, dump Super Nintendo cartridges on a floppy disk, and load/boot the floppy disk. Another noteworthy option is that you can save your game progress anytime, anywhere in the game. That makes you question the originality of the SNES Mini save function. Like I told you guys earlier, this Pro Fighter X isn't working properly, so let's insert a floppy disk and take it from there. Wild Guns, yeah, epic! Let's start with this Super Nintendo game that's golden. It doesn't seem to function. Wait a minute, there is some life in it, but not much. We have a reading error. So let's take out the floppy drive and replace it with a new one. The inside, the guts of the Pro Fighter X, and there is a loose component right away. That isn't a good sign. I replaced it later on, tested the Pro Fighter X once again, but there's still a reading error. I also tried a lot of other disk reading error, so it's definitely the floppy drive that is the problem. Let's carefully take it apart bit by bit. As you can see, the components aren't really top notch, but let's see what we have here and what we can work with. Here we go, we finally reached the floppy drive, and for some reason there's a piece of paper in here. Why? I don't know. My best guess is that it is to prevent short circuit. I don't know. So let's take this one out and replace it with a brand new floppy drive.
Well, the end of the story is that the new floppy drive didn't fix the problem. It only made things worse, actually, because my Super Nintendo got a black screen of death. Hopefully it's just a fuse, but I need to figure that out in another episode. For now, well, maybe the conclusion is that Nintendo was always right. They warned you. Pirating may hurt your hardware. See you in the next episode of Dennis Fleeman. Take care.